Hi, welcome to Organized Zen Now. My name is Janie Downey. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like the content and you find it helpful, please share and subscribe. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the very basics of Organized Zen. So, what is Organized Zen? Organized Zen is figuring out who you are and what makes you tick. And this is all about bringing your best self to the world. It's also about spending time on things that matter most to you, as opposed to just spending your time doing, which is what most of us end up doing. This is also Organized Zen is about choosing what you want to do with intent so that you're fully present with whatever it is that you're choosing to do. It's also about organizing your life in a way that makes you happy and productive, and that's in your own unique way. We all get caught up in what works for somebody else, and Organized Zen is figuring out what really works best for you. It's also about developing a curiosity about life so that you become engaged with anything that you're touching and working on, and that you're not set, this is how I do things, but here's something that intrigues me today, and following that path, because you never know what you're going to find down a new path. It's also about taking care of yourself, and I talk a lot about that. If you aren't taking care of yourself physically and with the food that you eat, you lack energy. So Organized Zen is about that. And then mostly at the bottom line, it's about cultivating joy in your life. And by doing things that bring you joy and energy so that you can share that with your friends, with your family, with the world, and build community around that. All right, so today specifically, I am going to just go back to the very beginning of this. So how do you even get started with this? So I'm going to give you three simple things to do. Simple, but not easy, right? The number one simple thing is to plan in some time to stop and think. This means you have looked at this and you've said, there's something here that intrigues me. I want to get more organized. I want to get more done. Why? What do you want to do with that time? What is driving you to say, now's the time? What do I want to do? If you just jump into things and you don't think about them, you could end up on something that doesn't actually work for you. So here's your one thought for today. Maybe right after this, take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, and just sit quietly and say, what drew me into this? And what is it that I'm trying to get done? Now you have a thought in your head. Now I have two. These actually are pretty simple. The next is to figure out a place to write things down. Writing down is a direct process from your brain to your hand. And this doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can, but it should be dedicated. One notebook. It could be as simple as this, a binder. It could be a pad of paper. I love a big art book where I have a lot of empty pages because I like to draw. It could be a planner. I work with planners a lot. We'll talk about those. It doesn't matter what it is, but it should be a dedicated place that only you see. No one's editing this. You're not even editing yourself. It's just a place to say, I've been thinking, and here's what's coming out of me. And you may even want to do those in tandem. I'm thinking and drawing, or I'm thinking and writing. What is it I want to get done? What is it that I'm missing in my life that's making me feel like I want to do? I want to be organized, but at a Zen level, which is that ease of water going around a rock, as opposed to hammered in. I have to get organized. All right. So you've set aside time to think. Now you've set some time within that to write, to play. You're just emptying your brain onto a piece of paper. What is it? Why? Why am I thinking about this right now? And then your last thought with this is your 3 simple get started, is to say, all right, I have all of this coming out of me. What's my action plan? What is one thing I can do? And we're talking about a baby step here, just the little beginnings of. So let's say you decide, I want to get organized because my kitchen's a mess. Let's say I want to get organized because I want to go back to school. Let's say I want to get organized because I want to learn to play the guitar. No matter what you choose out of that, there is one simple first baby step. So I'll give you an example from my life. I wanted to build a house. Huge project, right? You don't put that like on your list and just say, I just want to build a house. You can put it on your list, but it's not going to happen that way. So in order to build a house, what were the steps that had to happen with that? And I am taking this back, 200 levels to say, I needed to finance it. I needed to find the land. I needed to develop a plan. And then within that, what do I need to do to get to the very next step? What can I do today? So each of those got broken down into what can I do today to move this forward? And that's a huge project. Let's take something simpler. Let's say you want to learn to play the guitar. Well, first off, do you even own a guitar? If you don't, then you're going to probably start looking at guitars. You cannot learn to play a guitar if you don't have a guitar. You want to find lessons. You can find that online. You can find that in person. You're going to look to see if something works within your budget. And then once you have that, you can say, okay, here's what's one piece that I want to learn on a guitar. What can I do today? Maybe today's my research day. Just let me see if I can find a lesson out there. Anything that you can dream up, break it down. What's the next big piece out of that? What's the next smaller piece out of that? What's the smallest piece out of that I can take an action step on today? Okay, so that's your plan for today. This is your inspirational Organized Zen now for today. Set aside some time to think. Give yourself some place to write stuff down, get stuff out of your head. Find something on that list to say, here's the big thing that's driving me, and here's one baby step I can take to start to make that happen. Okay? I hope that helps. Join me again. Thank you so much for being part of Organized Zen Now.